if I told you that every glass of water you drink might contain hundreds of thousands of microscopic plastic particles? Today, Chris Camp, CEO of Aquamaster Water Treatment Limited, will be examining the growing concern of microplastics in our drinking water and investigating how advanced purification technology is addressing this invisible threat.
It's actually quite shocking when you look at the numbers. A recent Columbia University study found that a single litre of bottled water can contain up to 240,000 microplastic particles. That's 100 times more than we previously thought. And here's the thing. These tiny particles, ranging from 1 micrometer to 5 millimeters, can act as carriers for harmful chemicals and bacteria.
That's genuinely alarming. So we're talking about particles so small, they're essentially invisible to the naked eye, but they're potentially carrying toxins right into our bodies. Have you ever wondered what's actually floating around in your drinking water?
Exactly. Research suggests microplastics can absorb environmental toxic substances, and there are concerns about potential health impacts. Animal studies have linked them to inflammation, impaired immune systems, and even DNA damage, all areas being actively studied for their connection to health risks. You know what's ironic? People buy bottled water thinking it's safer, but studies show bottled water actually contains significantly more microplastics than tap water.
That's ironic indeed. We're paying premium prices for potentially more contaminated water. What's particularly concerning is that these particles have been found in nearly everything. Have you noticed families becoming more aware of this issue?
Oh, absolutely. I had one customer recently who called me after reading about microplastics online. She said her family had been spending over £40 a month on bottled water, but now she was terrified they were actually making things worse. But here's where the technology gets interesting. Well-maintained reverse osmosis systems can achieve impressive filtration rates for microplastics, though efficiency can vary based on the specific particles and system upkeep.
Now that's impressive. How exactly does reverse osmosis tackle particles that are already so incredibly small?
The key is in the membrane technology. Reverse osmosis uses semi-permeable membranes with pores typically ranging from 0.0-0-0-1 to 0.0-0-1 micrometers. That's incredibly small. Even the tiniest microplastic fragments are still massive compared to these pore sizes, so they get effectively blocked. It's like trying to push a football through a window screen, if you will.
Great analogy. So we've established that microplastics pose potential health risks, and reverse osmosis can effectively address them. That point about membrane technology sets up our next piece, the specific systems delivering these results. But first, a quick word from our sponsor.
Looking to protect your family from microplastics and other water contaminants? Find proven solutions with Bluewater Pro purifier systems, independently lab-tested to remove up to 99.99% of microplastics. These tankless reverse osmosis systems use superior osmosis technology to eliminate bacteria, viruses, heavy metals, and harmful particles. Compare options and check installation services across East Anglia, Cambridgeshire, Hertfordshire, Norfolk, Bedfordshire, and Essex at aquamasterwater.co.uk.
Picking up on that membrane technology, how do you handle the practical challenges of installing these systems in typical family homes?
That's where tankless design really shines. Traditional reverse osmosis systems require bulky storage tanks that take up significant space under kitchen sinks. The Bluewater Pro systems we work with are completely tankless. They provide purified water on demand, and independent lab testing shows they remove up to 99.99% of microplastics specifically.
I see practical benefits. so families get immediate access to clean water without sacrificing kitchen storage space. What's the typical response when people first taste water that's been through this level of purification?
Um, Honestly, the difference is remarkable. You're addressing microplastics, plus reducing chlorine, heavy metals like lead, pharmaceutical residues. While RO systems are highly effective at removing bacteria and viruses, many are paired with additional treatment stages for complete protection. Plus, there's no stagnant water sitting in tanks where bacteria could potentially grow.
That makes sense from both taste and safety perspectives. The elimination of microplastics is really just one part of a broader water purification story, isn't it? Or put another way, removing those plastic particles opens the door to addressing all sorts of other contaminants.
Absolutely right. First, look for independent laboratory verification. Manufacturer claims alone aren't enough. Second, consider the filtration technology and maintenance requirements. And third, think about long-term practicality. Systems that are water efficient and don't require constant upkeep make the biggest difference for busy families.
Right, verification is vital. The fact that these systems are achieving up to 99.99% microplastic removal in controlled lab conditions gives families real confidence in their water quality. For those listening who are concerned about their current setup, what would you tell them to prioritize?
Honestly, start with understanding what's in your water. Then look at proven solutions with independent testing behind them. We're seeing increased demand from families who want to eliminate single-use plastic bottles while ensuring their drinking water quality. It's environmental responsibility meeting health protection, a win-win that makes sense for the whole family.
I understand completely. That's a perfect way to wrap up our discussion. Microplastics represent a real concern in our water supply, but proven technology exists to address it effectively. Thanks for sharing your expertise on how families can take control of their water quality. For more information on lab-tested purification systems, visit www.aquamasterwater.co.uk.